What's up, guys? This is me, and I'm coming to you with a brand new deck profile, and this week I am doing Pendulum Magician. Now, before I get into the deck profile, I wanted to give a quick shout out to a friend of mine named Eddy, who was kind enough to share his deck profile with me. This is his deck. This is the deck that he runs currently, and it's actually really interesting. There are a lot of interesting choices in here, a lot of creative choices, so let's get into it, and I'll explain things as I go along. First, 3 Performer Pal Skullcrobat Joker. This searches out Monkey Board, which is pretty good right now, just so he can get search. So basically, he would summon a Skullcrobat, search the Monkey Board, activate Monkey Board, and then search for another Skullcrobat so he can do a little deck thinning with that. So that's pretty useful for those. 3 was the Mind Magician. This lets him get the pendulum scales that he wants as soon as possible. 3 Luster Pendulum, because Luster Pendulum is undoubtedly the best pendulum monster in the game right now, because he can search and fill up your extra deck simultaneously. 3 Master Spectre Unicorn Kieran. This is really good at getting rid of problem cards, specifically ones that are not immune to targeting, basically anything not in Cosmos or Master Specters. So Kieran's definitely very useful for that. He also opens you up to a rank 6 plays like Norito. So Master Spectre Unicorn is very, very useful for that. He's also a scale of 2, one of the lowest scales in the deck. And he's useful just for that, and that he has no restrictions, negative restrictions at least, for his Pendulum Zone effect. So definitely very useful for that. 3 Dragon Pit Magician. He's the highest scale in the deck at 8. He allows you to play into rank 7s and rank 6s, so Dragon Pit Magician, they're definitely very useful. He's also useful for the fact that you can negate spell trap card. He can destroy spell trap cards in the field, so useful for that. 2 Oath Dragon. Again, this allows you to rank 6 very easily. He also allows you to grab magician monsters from your extra deck to your hand. So just for example, if you had like let me think here. If you had a Dragon Pit Magician in your extra deck and you wanted it in your hand for some odd reason, so you can pitch it for a let's see here, for I think it was for a Dragon Pit Magician in your other side, so you can just have more fodder to discard for Dragon Pit Magician's effect. You can do that with Oath Dragon. So Oath Dragon definitely very useful. 2 Performing Pal Monkey Board already went over that. 3 Apex Avian, just so you can just get rid of problem cards. 2 Tuning Magician, because that allows you to go into actually level 9s and level 8s and level 7s on the occasion. So Tuning Magician, he actually explained this to me. This is a very unique choice because it's a free special summon whenever you have magicians in both of your pendulum zones, which is actually really nice because then you can instantly go into a synchro. And if you have like a Dragon Pit on the field, you can actually go into a Ignister. So it allows him to go Ignister very easily, allows him to go to Meteor Burst very easily, even lets him go into Trish very easily at the cost of only a meager 400 life points. So Tuning Magician definitely very useful for that. Also, he allows him to, it's good discard fodder for cards like Pendulum Call or 1-for-1. So Tuning Magician definitely very useful. And then finally 1 Glow Bulb for the tuners. This is another card that he has an option to. If you were to play a level 4 Earth monster, it would open him to Naturia Beast plays as well. He unfortunately doesn't, but if he wanted to, he definitely could, and that's definitely an all-around good choice regardless. So it's his preference not to play it, but yeah, he could if he wanted to. 3 Max C. Don't need to explain that. 3 Effect Veiler. Don't need to explain that. 3 Pendulum Call. It's a Magician deck. You should be playing 3 Pendulum Call. Don't need to explain that. 3 Wavering Eyes. It's Pendulum deck. Don't need to explain it. 1-for-1 allows him to get out these 3 very easily. 1 Foolish. He would honestly always send these cards because then he can go into a synchro much easier. 1 Treacherous Trap Hole. This is a non-targeting destruction, so why not? And then 1 Bottomless Trap Hole because this wrecks Pendulum. So that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, 1 Dinosaur Powerful, the Strong Draco Slayer. This is actually a very useful card. He prevents any destruction of your Pendulum zones from your opponent's cards, which is awesome, and as well as destruction by battle, which is again pretty good. And once per turn, you can also special summon one Draco Slayer Pendulum monster from your hand or graveyard, but it can't be used as fusion material for a summon. So he allows you to go into a Synchro or a rank 4 pretty easily. Also, Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. The only way he would summon this is if Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon went to the graveyard. Vortex Dragon is actually really good just for the fact that he has unlimited just fodder for negating effects. Basically, what it does, he's a if your opponent were to activate a monster, effect, or spell or trap card, you can shuffle one face-up Pendulum monster in your extra deck into the deck and negate and destroy it. And that includes Pendulum cards that they activate in the zones, because it's just when the spell or trap card is activated, not their effect. So Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, definitely very useful for that. One Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. This is pretty good, especially against the Cosmo matchup, because it prevents monster effects during the battle phase. So Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, definitely useful for that. Double Ignister Prominence, the Blasting Draco Slayer, one of the best, if not the best, synchro cards in the game at the moment. I don't need to explain that. One Scarlight, this is great for just ending games, so why not play it? One Trish, if you can make Trish, play Trish. One Castell, one Magister to search out pendulums that you might need. One Performance Trapeze Magician, one Traptrix Rafflesia. One Naruto, this is actually really useful. Typically, I would make this, at least when I played this deck online, I would use double Kieran or a Kieran and an Oath Dragon to make Naruto. Naruto is so useful because he allows you to negate spell trap card effects when they activate. So that includes pendulum spell card effects. So like when they're in their pendulum zone. So definitely useful for that. It also negates cards like Wavering Eyes or anything else like Regeki that your opponent might want to throw at you. So Naruto, definitely useful. One Big Eye, one Utopia Beyond. This guy is stupid. Just for ending games in general, he's 3,000 beater, and he turns all your opponent's monsters attack to 0. So Utopia Beyond, definitely useful for that. One Odd Eyes Absolute. He's pretty useful. It lets you get out Vortex pretty easily. Other than that, he's a 2,800 beater, so Odd Eyes Absolute. Pretty useful regardless. He also sent me a side deck, which is pretty cool. 3 Denko Sekka, just for back row maintenance. 3 Humongous. When he first sent me this, I was really confused as to why he wasn't playing Gameciel. And then I remember Humongous was a level 7 and not a level 8 like Gameciel, and that allows him to Pendulum summon it in the case that his opponent is not playing any monsters on the field. So Humongous, definitely useful for that. 2 Cyber Dragon Core allows him to get out Chimeric Fortress Dragon pretty easily when playing against Cosmos or Infinity Dragon. Cyber Dragon Infinity, excuse me. 1 Spell Shattering Arrow, so acts kind of like a 4th Wavering Eyes. 2 Imperial Iron Wall to stop those stupid banishing cards. 2 Ultimate Providence. This is a good card for getting Tuning Magician or Glow Bulb into the grave to negate a monster effect. And then finally 1 Windups and Mains. So thank you guys for watching this deck profile. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And before I go, again, thank you, Eddy, for letting me show this deck profile to my channel. And as always, guys, have a nice day.